Did you know that Googling the phrase physio near me will generate 196 million results? But how do you find a good physiotherapist? We're here today to give you some helpful tips. Neela Mahavatain has been head physiotherapist at Bodyworks Physio for over 10 years. Her number one goal is helping patients achieve their healthcare goals. Neelu, how do you find a good physiotherapist?
Hi, Megan. That is a very good question. So what I usually tell future patients is that location is very important. So here at Bodyworks, we have 4 locations, and hopefully one of them will be convenient for you. The reason for this is you want to choose the location that is either close to work or close to your home. This is so that you'll be able to consistently attend your treatment. If you're unable to attend treatments, then it prolongs your recovery, or you may not be able to achieve your goals. The second important thing is when you're looking for a physiotherapist is to make sure you're comfortable with that therapist. You want to make sure that you have an open communication with them and that you feel comfortable asking questions during your assessment as well as your treatment. This way, not only are you learning more about what you're in for, what your injury is, but if things aren't going according to what your expectations are, your therapist will be able to modify the treatment plan based on what your concerns are. So if nothing is voiced to us, we don't know how to change that.
What kind of qualifications does a good physiotherapist have?
So all of the therapists at Bodyworks they're all registered with the college. This means that all of us have to maintain certain standards that the college sets out.
Okay, but what else can you look for? If not on the college website, where else can you look for a good physio?
So you can also take a look at Google reviews. That way you can get some idea of patients' previous experiences and how they progress through their treatment plans.
Okay. What would you say defines a good physiotherapist?
So you want to make sure that, first of all, like we talked about earlier, you're comfortable with your therapist so that you are able to ask questions when needed. If things aren't going according to plan, you voice that, and the physiotherapist is listening to you. They may need to bring in other practitioners, such as the massage therapist or the chiropractor. And the nice thing about Bodyworks is we are multidisciplinary. So there is a large skill set that all of our practitioners bring. And so that's one of the things that you should look for. Also, you want to make sure that your physiotherapist provides you with a home exercise program. That way you'll be able to continue your recovery at home. Since you spend just a short time with the therapist, we do want you to do some things at home to also facilitate your recovery.
Do some physiotherapists have different approaches or different treatments?
While we all have the same training from school, all of us do treat differently based on additional courses that we've taken once we've graduated. Some of us have acupuncture, some of us have ART courses, manual therapy courses, sports injury. There's so many courses out there. It really depends on what the therapist has decided to take. And that's a nice thing about having multidisciplinary clinics is that you have so much more to choose from. And so when we provide a treatment plan to the patient after their first assessment, we do take that into consideration and see, we take a look and see whether there are other practitioners that might also be able to help with the recovery.
Okay. How will you know that your physiotherapist is working with you really well after your treatment's already started?
That is a very good question and a very important question. So here at Bodyworks, after your first assessment, before you leave, you'll be given a program of care. What that means is you'll be provided with information as to what the proposed treatment is going to be, but this is all based on the communication between you and the therapist and what goals that you and your therapist have come up with. So instead of focusing on a long-term goal, meaning pain-free or full recovery, there are multiple short-term goals that need to be achieved before we can get to that end result. And this is where that communication comes in, and this is how you know whether your therapist is listening to you. So there's always that goal setting and that communication that should occur between you and your therapist.
So what you're saying is if I communicate, I see my progress.
That is right.
Awesome.
Because if you don't communicate, like I mentioned earlier, we won't know how to modify it in order to facilitate that recovery.
So Nilu, all these skills and qualifications we discussed today, those are skills and qualifications you have, right?
Well, yes, we all have those qualifications, and the skills, we all have different skills in our tool bag. And that again is why it's important to be part of a multidisciplinary team.
So with the information you've given us today, what's the next step for anyone looking to book in with an excellent family physiotherapist?
So that's a great question. So like I mentioned earlier today, Bodyworks has 4 locations. You can check out our website at www.bodyworksphysio.ca, or you can give us a call at 1-866-7-PHYSIO, and we'd gladly be able to help you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your help today, Nilu. It's been really great to learn about how to find a good physio.